Well, Rich here, and it's Tool Time Tuesday, and it is a very busy Tool Time Tuesday because yours truly has got an epic amount to get on with this week. Some new arrivals and two pretty big announcements at the end of this video, and one of which I'm sure you won't want to miss, particularly if you like super fast armour cars. Anyway, let me get straight down to it and show you what you're going to be seeing in this week's Tool Time Tuesday video. Well, first up we've got the Loki Super Rock Ray, and I'll give you a quick tour around that and tell you about what I've got planned for that, including a new body and finally getting to fix the servo problem. And then I'm going to be talking about what plans I've got this week for the JPL Toys 144001, which I have to say is one of the best bang for the buck RC cars out there at the minute. But more on that in just a second. I'm going to move on to the HPI Racing RS4 Sport 3 Creator Edition kit and give you a quick update as to my plans on that and a sneak preview of the super cheap body I got in the post today. And then we're going to move on to the armour infraction. I did say I've got a couple of big announcements, and you're going to find out precisely why it has got two 8S power hobby batteries on top of it. But more on that in just a second. And in my last announcement, you're going to find out why the contents of this box have cost me a small fortune. Anyway, straight onto the Loki Super Rock Ray. It is minus its steering servo at the minute, which is on the side here. Now, as it turns out, yours truly has not damaged the steering servo in any way, despite it making a horrendous clicking noise the last time I was out with it. Turns out when I took all the bodywork off, this little rock was the cause of all the problems. Put it all back together, thinking that was all okay and dandy, still horrendous clicking noise, but the servo on its own is working absolutely fine. Turns out when I removed the steering servo horn, that some of the teeth on the inside of this have worn off because it's only quite a soft metal on here. So I've got a new hot racing one of these coming later on in the week. However, whilst I've got the bodywork off, it made sense to finally fit the new body I've had sat on the side for quite a few months waiting to fit to this car, which is this one, which Honey Lulu hot dipped for me a few months back. But due to an ongoing telemetry problem with the car, this is the first time that I've had a chance to take the thing apart to fit it. Speaking of that telemetry, this is the remaining part of the telemetry fitted to the car. The rest is in my garbage disposal unit, which is where it deserves to be. I would just say, I'm not going to wash the laundry in public, I would just say you've got a Loki Super Rock Ray, under no circumstances try and fit telemetry to it. Anyway, with that off my chest, let's move on to that JPL Toys 144001. But before we do that, let's have a quick pan around the Loki Super Rock Ray, as it's very rarely, if ever, you'll get to see one of these in its naked form. Quite impressive nonetheless. Anyway, on to the JPL Toys. Well, moving on to the JPL Toys 144001. 114 scale, 4-wheel drive. This is running a brushless setup, 60 amp ESC, 4300 kV brushless motor, and I'm running Mod 1 gearing on there at the minute. The thing is super smooth, not a lot of friction from that Mod 1 gearing at all. The problem I'm having is that when I'm out speed testing the car, it feels like I'm running into a brick wall. The car goes off like a rocket and then it just like hits a plateau, like it's not getting enough power. The problem I've got is I'm using this battery 3S1 850 milliamps. It's the biggest one that will squeeze in there and still enable me to put the stock lid on the car. I've got a bigger battery pack, which undoubtedly would push the thing faster, 2200 milliamp, but if we put that along the chassis, then we'd have to mount the ESC on the top here and the body won't fit on the car. So at the minute, I'm not quite sure why it's hitting that plateau on there. I'm thinking it's the battery, but I am open to suggestions on that as to whether anything else, any other factors anybody can think of. Have your say in the comment section below the video. Anyway, on to my HPI Racing RS4 Sport 3. Well, moving swiftly on to my HPI Racing RS4 Sport 3 Creators Edition. Over the past day or so, I've picked up for about $45 on Amazon an 80 amp ESC, which I need to install tomorrow. We've got a Dean's connector on here. This is also 4S capable. I didn't buy it because of that. I just bought it because it was reasonably priced, 80 amp ESC. So I shall wire that up tomorrow. Now, next step is to fit the brushless motor, which I've ordered, and I've gone for a 3900 3950 kV brushless motor. Thanks for everybody that had their input on that the other day. Decision was split about 50-50 between the 3900 kV and a 4300 kV. So I decided to go for the 3900 for the torque that will provide the car. Now a body has arrived in the post from China today, which is my bargain of the week. So let's take a look at that. And this is my bargain of the week. It's a Pagani Zonda F body, which I picked up, drum roll, for less than $10 on AliExpress, including delivery. Now I ordered it about a week ago, thinking, oh, it'll take like 3-4 weeks to come. It's taken less than 7 days to get here from China. Now, I did ask people the other night, should I go for the BMW E30 M3 body or the Porsche 911 one? And I almost forgotten that I'd ordered this the other week. So I'm going to fit this in the interim, but I think I am going to go for the BMW E30 M3 body. So I shall fit this, trim it all up overnight. Now our body's here. Just awaiting that motor tomorrow, so by the end of the week, fingers crossed, weather dependent, we should have a runtime video of the HPI Racing RS4 Sport 3 Creators Edition, fully assembled and working. So if you don't want to miss that video, then don't forget to subscribe, but I have a feeling you might want to when you see my next two projects. If you like what you see today, don't forget to subscribe. Well, next up is the Armour Infraction AS, but not for much longer. I have Power Hobby to thank for quite a lot of expense on this car in the nicest possible way, due to them having come out with these 8S batteries. So I thought, great, now instead of running two 4S packs, I can run a single big 8S pack in the back of the car. Actually, all of that's a total lie. I didn't think that at all. I always liked the idea of running two batteries in the car to keep the balance absolutely perfect. So I thought, why bother getting one 8S battery and putting that on one side of the back of the car when you could get another 8S battery and run two, one in either side of the car at the back to keep it nicely balanced. Get where I'm coming from? You see where this is going? Now, if you're not familiar with this car, let me move the camera in a little bit closer and show you that 8S spec just to prove I'm not lying about it. And then you're going to see what's behind my back. Well, the Armour Infraction currently runs a Castle XLX ESC, enabling it to run 8S. As I say, two 4S packs sit there at the minute, but looking at the size of the Power Hobby ones, I figured I could fit two in there for a total of 16S, but that's only an 8S ESC. However, I happen to have a second one of those, which I have measured up, and it will actually sit above the other one. Thus I can run 16S on the car through one motor. Well, 16S through the stock motor is just not going to happen, is it? It's going to fry the thing to pieces. I mean, that runs quite happily all day and 8S all day long. I mean, you could run two of those side by side without any problem with those ESCs if you'd gone out and bought a motor mount like this. So there we have it. One 16S Armour Infraction on the way. That's definitely Rich's curveball of the week. I think it can be done. I've got a few more little upgraded parts on the way, so I should be building this up over the Christmas period with the idea of running it like late December, early January on that. The work itself won't take too much to do, but I have got some upgraded parts coming from the Far East, which with the holidays may take a little while to arrive. But I should have, fingers crossed, the ESC and a motor mount in by the weekend. So we may test it to start with two of the stock Armour motors running 6S a piece and just run two big 6S singles and try it on 12S and see how we got on. Now, for my second big announcement of the night. Now, I did mention at the start of this video there were going to be two big surprises towards the end of this video. This is the second one. The contents of this box have cost me an absolute fortune. Well, not the contents of the box itself, more what they actually fit onto. Because here we have got some Power Hobby belted tyres for an 8S X-Max. There is just one slight problem. Oh, I bought one. That's right, after several years of sitting on the fence, yours truly has bitten the bullet and got an 8S X-Max. John from Fog City RC has been on at me to get one. And with the arrival of these belted tyres from Power Hobby, I'll link to both these tyres and those 8S battery packs below the video. It was kind of like a bit of a no-brainer. Buy the 8S X-Max, Richie. Now, why didn't I buy the Armour Creighton AS? That's going to be the story of an upcoming video. But if you don't want to miss any of the action on any of the cars you've seen in today's video, then don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. Well, thumbs up if you like this video, guys. Post any comments you might have in the comment section below the video and hit the circle below to subscribe. And if you do hit the circle, don't forget to hit the bell. Well, for all your super fast armour needs, don't hesitate to contact JJ Customs down in San Jose, who sell cat packs and spools, but to name just a few.